The Relationships Foundation is a charity that's been in existence for 25 years. It has pioneered the measurement of human relationships across all sorts of public and private sector environments, specifically to measure the quality of relationships between students, teachers and students, home to school, parental engagement, and understand what are the foundations for a thriving, healthy school culture. The more you know about somebody and the different contexts and the more context you know somebody in, your relationship will be many-stranded. It will be like a rope, robust and intertwined. That's what's happening at Emu Gully here. Staff and students going away outside that classroom, school environment, and building relationships of vulnerability, experiencing, sharing things they wouldn't see in school, and then taking that back into school. And so those relationships have changed. They're different, they're stronger, and stronger forever.
Mateship is an Australian way of saying relationship. The way we describe it here at Emu Gully, it's a commitment to others regardless of the cost to yourself. And the truth is, the greater the cost you're prepared to pay, the greater the depth of mateship.
Relationships often are built on shared experience. So if you have actually got a whole group of kids who have been through the same experiences together, then now when you're actually in the classroom with them, you can refer back to things and you can help to continue the growth and remind them of those transformations.
Some of the peak activities that we do, they're all built around epic Anzac events. So we have another layer on what we do. We tell an Anzac story because we focus on character of courage and mateship, and sacrifice and perseverance. And then we go and do an activity. So they do the tunnel rats of Vietnam, for example, and they've literally got to help each other through a tunnel system. And the number of times I've seen individuals help each other, hey, I'll go through if you go through. I'm going to be there, I'm scared, but I'm going to help you anyway. And the result that happens out of that is second to none. Going over the bridge is another one. They're up high, and if they get it wrong, they fall in. But when they commit to each other, there's this sense of trust and connection that really transforms the relationship. The other two highlights particularly are the Kokoda track, where they go through the mud. Often with the senior group, they actually carry someone through on a stretcher. The other one is the night walk. It's a heightened experience where the consequences are real. And that's why what we do works, because the situation is real, they live it, they feel it, they have to connect with each other.
Their strengths and weaknesses come out very easily in activities, whether or not someone's nervous, someone's scared, someone's confident, during planning times, whether someone's got really good ideas, whether someone goes quiet, doesn't have ideas. So the way that they're kind of forced to interact with each other, actually, in their opinion, have said that it actually helps out within the classroom, whether it's planning in a classroom for projects, different group projects, or even just different challenges like tests or what's going to happen after school, just how they come together and learn to work together.
The Anzac values have been drilled into us over the past few days, and we have a long good think about it. They are like the building blocks of a good relationship.
We've all grown as different people and grown closer together.
At the start, on the first day, we were all only looking out for our friends, whereas at the end, we were all connected as a group, all talking and all getting into it with each other.
I can think of multiple times where students have almost buckled under pressure, under the difficulty of the night hikes, and they've been surrounded by their peers who have, up until that point, maybe for 5 or 6 years, rejected them or not liked them or had real relational difficulties with them. And together as a group, they realise that they actually need to work together to overcome what this is. And then a lot of the time at the end of that, sitting out under the stars, reflecting on that experience, students can have amazing times thanking each other and saying things to each other that they've never said before or never been able to say before.
I find that staff to student is probably the deepest bonds that are formed when staff actually interact in the activities and actually face their fears in front of the students. That connection with the students becomes deeper and more meaningful for both.
I think young people really treat relationships almost at a default position of these are the people I'm with in my class, these are the people that I like at the moment. And they don't realise that relationships require sacrifice. That mateship and courage and sacrifice and these Anzac values are actually what are required to have good relationships. These values instilled in our young people help them to be able to go back to school and then to graduate and go into life, understanding how to have successful, flourishing relationships in their future.